Archdiocese of Nagpur presents before you the series of talks under the title The Good Samaritan. Under this title, the first talk we are going to present is Psycho-Spiritual Approach to Pastor Care and Counseling. In our pastoral approach, we need psycho-spirituality to lead the people of God. For today, under this talk, I am going to stress before you on 4 topics. First, what is pastoral counseling? Second, wrong notion of pastoral counseling. Third, pastoral counseling is the need of the hour. Fourth, privilege of being a priest as a pastoral counselor. So, let us focus on the first point. What is pastoral counseling? Pastoral counseling and care is a process in which a priest utilizes insights and principles derived from the discipline of theology and behavioral sciences in working with individuals, couples, families, groups, and social systems toward the achievement of wholeness and health, said by Rodwell Tom. Yes, dear friends, in pastoral counseling, we use theology and behavioral sciences. It means to say spirituality and psychology together made use to help the people of God. And secondly, what is the wrong notion that we have about pastoral counseling? Pastoral counseling is not only for the seriously troubled helpful, but also to the people who are in day-to-day life problems can also benefit from it. All human beings, when confronted by life challenges and problems, at one time or another, experience disappointment, anger, sense of failure, dejection, feeling of helplessness and guilt. In these moments, pastoral counseling comes to help. So, what happens? In the process of sharing their troubles, one gets an opportunity to re-examine themselves, to their disposition to their problems. They get a chance to look into themselves. With the help of a pastoral counselor, one can better analyze one's behavior, thoughts, attitudes, and feelings, and come to a clear understanding of their situations and take appropriate remedial actions. Yes, friends, pastoral counseling is for all the people of God, not necessarily those who are psychologically troubled. It means to say all are benefiting by re-examining themselves, by helping one another. The third point I want to explain is the need of the hour. Pastoral counseling, psycho-spiritual approach is the need of the hour. Because in today's world, we find people confused, lost, unsure, unclear, and perplexed because of the present situation. And what are the situations that we are facing nowadays? In our time, due to Corona, human beings have been uprooted from his or house, his or her homeland, safe and security. They have lost hope in their life, and we all experience this at present. And secondly, he or she is lonely in crowds. He or she becomes mechanical and acts like machines. People, even though live in the crowd, they experience the loneliness. That is another problem, and that is the need of the hour to attend to it. Another thing is, he or she meets the other persons as strangers, even though living together under one roof. They behave like strangers. They don't have any personal contact with one another. And so, dear friends, he or she gives only attention mainly to the external appearances, the ads, the trademarks that motivate them. The brand of life influences them. They are not worried about internal things. They are worried about only external factors. He or she does not know who really others are. He or she does not know the inner life of the other persons, and so used by them. He or she is empty within himself or herself and becomes lost souls for whom no one seems to care. Yes, dear friends, these are the problems and troubles, the need of the time we need to look into. As a result, what happens? As a result, the world today is daily rubbing the shoulders with lonely, depressed, and confused individuals. Individuals in need of help, but no one often to turn to. They are lacking the good Samaritans who can help them, who can attend to them. So, dear friends, as I said in the beginning, people are on the edge of the road in dire need of a good Samaritan. People want to share their problems because they are unhappy, because their relations are at problem, because they are facing breakups in their life, low self-esteem they are experiencing, work-related stress they are facing, and all these things they need someone to listen to, and that is called the Good Samaritan, whom they fail to find one to listen, to help them. So, dear friends, when we come to the fourth point, privilege of being a priest as pastoral counselor. As I said, we need to be good Samaritans, and the good Samaritan is none other than priests and religious who need to think themselves to serve the people of God as good Samaritans. Let us see the privilege of being a priest as good Samaritan. It is said that priest is the only person people allow to enter their private lives or world. They don't go to strangers and share, but they come to priest and express their sorrows and worries because they have trust on the priest. People in their desperate need open their hearts to the priest whether he deserves or not, because they have a trust on the priest. Priest, whatever their training may be, do not enjoy the privilege of deciding whether or not to counsel with people. When we are ordained, chosen by God as priests, we have no choice to counsel or not to counsel. Our choice lies between. Our choice is not between counseling and not counseling, but between counseling in a disciplined and skilled way and counseling in an undisciplined and unskilled way. Our choice is not, dear friends, between counseling and not counseling, but our choice is between skilled counseling and unskilled counseling. Many people in need see the minister as a competent, trusted shepherd whom they ask to walk with them through their shadowed valleys of life. Such a privilege we enjoy, dear friends, as priests, and we need to make use of this privilege and counsel the people as good Samaritans. An example is given in America. Even though there are many psychologists, professional psychologists, people have tried always to go to priests because they realize priest is somebody else. As a result of counseling, people have received comfort and ability to endure a cure or a change in a relationship, and finally they said that it has helped them a lot. The people who have approached the counselor, the priest, finally they said they have completely gained strength and they recognized the help of the priest in their lives. Finally, everyone owns completely his or her responsibility of his or her behavior. When the people experience this kind of approach in their life, they become successful. Successful people take responsibility for their own life And unsuccessful people, they blame others for not being successful in their life. So, dear friends, I want to once again repeat the same point. Priests, whatever their training may be, do not enjoy the privilege of deciding whether or not to counsel the people. The choice is not between counseling and not counseling, but between counseling in a disciplined and skilled way and counseling in undisciplined and unskilled way. This point we need to be clear, dear friends. So, as a priest, when we are ordained, we are qualified to be a pastoral carer. But if we train ourselves to a certain extent, we become pastoral counselors. But the person who trains himself to the maximum, he becomes pastoral psychotherapist. So this is what we require. As we face the people in day-to-day troubles, let us be pastoral carer, pastoral counselor, and pastoral psychotherapist. So, dear friends, thank you very much. All the best to all the good Samaritans.